Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 75 of Bardic Quest. In this week's episode, Saga and Thorik attempt to negotiate Johann's release with Iarno Albrek, while Sildar Hallwinter vouches for his honour. Will their efforts be enough to release Johann and uncover the truth? Stay tuned to find out. So without further ado, let's get into this week's episode of Bardic Quest. Thorik and Saga.
Can I, as we're walking, so I don't want to interrupt Wayne,
Yeah.
Can I say something to Saga as we're going?
Of course.
I just want to say this is a real pickle. I don't know about you, but I'm not really used to being on this side of law-abiding folks. I mean, I'm certainly not saying I agree with this Albrek chap. He seems like a real piece of nasty work. But, I mean, I don't know what's...
I mean, I've only very recently lived where there's anything like the law. So we have to do something.
That's one thing I want to make very clear. We look after each other. We look after our friends.
Come on, let's go inside the inn. Let's find Johann.
As you are having this conversation and headed in the direction of the inn, you see Albrek step out into the main market square, out of the main entrance of the inn, with 3 guards in tow, all surrounding Johann, and they are marching quick pace straight in the direction of the Townmaster's Hall, outside of which are another 4 guards, the ones that had escorted you in to meet Sildar.
Do we see Johann?
You see Johann.
Is he like shackled, or is he just being held?
He's very much being held at this point. No shackles.
And there's several guards.
Yes, there are 3 on Johann and 4 outside the Townmaster's Hall, a mere 30 feet across the...
Do I notice
square.
them?
Saga and Thorik?
Mm.
Oh,
The guards I obviously know.
well, the guard. But yeah, Thorik and Saga, absolutely, yeah. You do. You see them.
Do we have any idea of, like, I guess, what they would be doing with him? Is there, like, a cell in the town that he's going to get taken to and held there? Are they going to, like, do we have any inclination of what their intention is?
Do you want to give me a history check?
Sure.
Welcome to Phandelver. It's a perfect town.
Is there any possibility I could gripe that this is to do with a building and therefore to use stone cutting? Probably not.
Such a deal.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
Isn't stone cutting specifically about more like
Yeah,
masonry?
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
building works. You know, I could, but when we find the prison, I will be able to check the structural integrity of. Bring him straight out.
You were only
Saga's,
supposed to blow the bloody doors off.
Saga's gonna step in and go, "What's the meaning of this?" To
Uh,
Albrek.
he says, "Your friend here did actively aid and abet a fugitive, an outlaw. And as I believe my warning to you both was very clear, should I discover that any of you were seeking to protect your friend Sergei that they would face the full extent of the law and potentially pain of death.
Where's your evidence? I don't see your fugitive anywhere.
I witnessed it with my own eyes and...
Oh, so you've seen him. Where is he then?
I had a conversation with him.
With the fugitive?
Indeed. Who is now on the run. I don't suppose, by any chance, you have seen or heard from him?
I'm standing right in front of you, so no.
Give me a deception check, please.
I don't know where he is.
Well, that wasn't quite the question.
10.
Okay. He goes, Now. This is a very severe warning, young lady. Don't lie to me. Where is he?
You're the one who spoke to him. You tell me.
What?
You saw us at the town hall, didn't you? You've known exactly where we are.
What is to become of Johann now?
He will be imprisoned, and then I will decide what to do with him in due course.
Here in Phandelver, or are you going to take him back to Neverwinter, is it you're from?
Well, at least for the time being here in Phandelver. I hadn't thought of taking him up to Neverwinter, although that is not a bad idea.
Surely, if you're following the law, he gets to have a trial, not just whatever you fancy doing to him.
Johann immediately looks worried.
He says, oh, a trial. And he looks to his guards and he says, that's very civilized coming from a primitive.
Ooh.
If I can...
Really? You don't know anything about me.
As the kill option is getting quite high right now.
If I can, I would like to walk up and respectfully hold on to Saga's hand, arm.
Yeah.
And just apologies. It's been a very long night, Mr. Albrek, and I'll pull her down so I can whisper in her ear. 2 options. We try and spring him out later, or we break him out now. Your choice.
Johann goes,
You really need to learn to speak to women. And then she kind of gives him a dirty eye and steps back.
He just smiles at you, Saga.
Ugh. Oh, I hate him.
And he just looks to his men, gives them a nod, and they walk directly to the townmaster's hall.
Before they go, can I say to them, will you at least let me check my friend over before you throw him in some hole?
Check him over for what exactly?
I don't know if you've injured him. We've been on the road.
Yes, we don't know how primitive you've been.
Oh, please. I am not a savage man. In fact, me and Johann were very good friends until the moment he betrayed me.
Johann spits on the floor.
Oh, please, you know it to be true. Give me a persuasion check. Sorry.
I'm not good at these. That's a natural 19 for an 18.
Ah.
He says, very well, but we are watching you carefully.
Johann tugs himself out of their grip, adjusts his his armor and his clothes and walks over to Thorik.
You stay there. Dwarf.
Oh, I wish I'd done this before they all had their fucking eyes on me. Oh, this isn't gonna. I don't think this is gonna work now that they're all just eyeballing me.
I mean, I can start being very distracting.
Wayne, do the guards have helmets on?
They do.
This is gonna hurt. Johann looks at Thorik and give him a look to say, "Are you doing what I think you're doing?"
Kind of like he kind of shakes his head like.
Yes, Jay.
Am I? Because I said I would stand and witness whatever happened next.
Yes.
Are we allowing that I'm still watching this?
Yes, you can certainly see what's going on. You're a fair distance away, and you can't really hear what's going on, but you can certainly see what's. In fact, no. Give me a perception check. Actually, if you roll really high, maybe I will say you can hear.
Okay. Oh goodness me. Where is my dice? There it is. That's a 17.
You can make out maybe the odd word, I would say.
Okay.
You can make out the odd word.
That's fine.
But mostly it's visual, what you're getting.
Cool. That's all right. That's all I need. I'm just gonna. All right.
So, Thorik, you're checking down Johann.
So as I'm walking over, I take off my my gauntlets and just sort of tuck them into my belt. Go to sort of like make a real meal of untying my hair and like retying it. Mm-hmm. And while I'm doing that, I want to try and slip one of my earrings out of my ear. The intention I have is I want to remove an earring, bend it, and secrete it in Johann's clothing so he might be able to use it as a pick later. Ooh. But this is fucking dicey.
This is dicey.
I tell you what.
This is
I level my eyes at Thorik and shout in his face. So this is it? You're just leaving me? You treacherous snake! And jumps on Thorik and punches him in the face. And then, in an attempt to try and like get him to fall on the ground, and I start laying in.
To be clear.
Yes.
Because I haven't even resolved if you've managed to secret the earring out yet. Are you doing this before he's even given you the earring?
Can I roll a perception check to see what he's doing?
Give me an insight check, actually, rather than a perception. Yes, give me an insight. And could I get a sleight of hand from you, please, Thorik?
Okay, that's a 6 on my insight.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, my God.
So I don't know what he's doing, so fair play. I wouldn't do that there if I don't know what he's doing.
No.
No word of a lie, dirty 20.
Okay.
Let's go with that plan, then. That's much better.
So, okay. So you have this earring, which nobody has really has called you up on the fact that you have this earring in your hand, Thorik. At which point Johann starts to yell at you. You haven't yet handed it to him.
I grab his face and I put it in his mouth. And I just say, hold your tongue. It's only small, but I press it into one of his cheeks. So it like sits just like between his teeth and his gum, hoping that when they search him and like take his weapons and probably find his thieves' tools and stuff, they don't find that. Oof. And I just say, You're an idiot.
Gives him a helpless look. Shrugs a little.
And is he injured?
No, not injured at all.
Feeling
I go to check him over, and
in fact, conspicuously uninjured, I would say, given the circumstances.
I check him over and I cast Bless on him. Sorry, not Bless. I cast Guidance on him. And I speak the verbal components in Dwarvish, and just like I'm checking him over and just sort of giving him a blessing, and then I just step back and say, "Well, Albrek, we would like to visit our friend and be there for any proceedings that are done. So please keep us informed. We'll probably be at the inn that you've made a mess of."
Albrek kind of smiles and he looks at you, Johann, and he says, "Oh, it seems as though I'm not the only friend you've upset today. Come." And then he makes his way towards the hall, his guards and you, Johann, in tow.
Johann looks back at Saga and tries to give her an encouraging nod.
She nods back, but she just looks sad and worried.
And you watch as Johann is taken into the Townmaster's Hall, the doors/gates to which are closed firmly behind. Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying today's episode of Bardic Quest. Before we get back to the adventure, I just want to take a moment to ask for your support. We work hard to bring you the best episodes every week, and we're always looking for ways to improve and make the show even better. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us reach more people and keep the show going. And if you want to be even more involved, why not leave a comment or hit the like button on the latest episode? Your feedback is always appreciated. We have so many great episodes for you to check out, so don't miss out. Subscribe to Bardic Quest on YouTube now and never miss an episode. And with that, let's get back to the adventure. Could I get a perception check from you, Thorik and Saga?
Mine's a dirty 1.
A 16 for Thorik.
Thorik. Oh, actually, could I get a perception check from you as well, please, Sergei? Actually, I forgot you were watching this scenario play out. Okay, never mind. So, Thorik, as you watch Johann get taken into the Townmaster's Hall, you're looking around to see what else is going on around you as well. And you see, leaving the Townmaster's Hall, the inn, not the Townmaster's Hall, you see leaving the inn, the barmaid, Elsa. And she seems to be carrying a case of sorts, like a scroll case or maybe a map case.
Where's she heading?
She is headed to the east of town.
I nudge Saga and just kind of point my chin at her and say, "I wouldn't have thought her shift would end just yet on a busy evening."
Why is she carrying?
Looks like a map case or a scroll.
You don't think that's Gundren's, do you?
Oh, fuck.
Let's go and have a chat with her, shall we?
Yep.
We're definitely going
We
after
just
her.
Sergei, you see Thorik and Saga very quickly move not towards the inn where you were probably expecting them to head, but actually east of town in the direction of the Sleeping Giant Tap House and the Manor House.
Okay. Very few quick questions.
Yes.
Can I see any carts around here?
There are a few, just like a couple dotted about. There's one just behind you further up the road north near Barthen's Provisions. And there is one just tucked round the corner, just like a two-wheeled cart that you'd attach to a horse.
Okay. Second question.
Yep.
Since arriving at the town, do I recall at all what the general consensus of us being there is? Are people pleased that we're there? Are they just normal? Or
Well, you've not really seen many people around is part of the problem. The town's very quiet. The only people you've really seen are the staff of the inn. Saga had a chat with, I believe, the barmaid. And otherwise it's been the guards that have been around. So there's not really... Oh, and Margaret, of course. But there's not really been much opportunity to gather much of a consensus at all. Everybody seems to be staying very much indoors at the moment.
Okay. I can't remember if the town are thankful towards us for dealing with the red brands or sort of dealing with. Would I remember if they were, or do they know about it?
I think there was a little bit of relief, but word didn't. There wasn't really much opportunity for word to spread before you guys left. You guys pretty much left the next morning.
Okay.
After you dealt with them, I think yes, it was positive, but how positive you don't know. But
Okay.
it was definitely a positive feeling after the fact, but you don't know how much that spread and how much that was relayed back to you because you guys didn't stick around long enough to find out.
Sweet. Sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions here.
No,
Final question.
All good questions.
How long do I have left of invisibility?
That is a good question. You have probably about 30 minutes at this point.
Lovely. I'm assuming Barthen's Provisions isn't open.
No.
I'm assuming I also probably can't I'm assuming that painter who painted all the stuff is gone as well.
You've not seen him.
Okay.
It is the middle of the night, so perhaps he's found shelter somewhere. Who knows?
I'm going to go knock on Barthen's Provisions.
Okay. You knock on the door, and there's silence from within. There's no real sign of any movement in there.
Can I try the door?
You can try the door. It's locked.
Assumed so. Okay, I'm just trying to think how I'm about to go about this. I'm going to head into the inn.
Okay.
And see if I can find Gundren, or find where Gundren is.
Okay. You enter the inn. As you're headed back towards the inn, you can see a little bit further down the road. You can just see Saga and Thorik.
Okay.
Headed very much in that direction. But you're going to head into the inn and see...
Head into the inn.
All right. You head into the inn and you can see Gundren sat at a table, nursing a pint.
Okay.
Saga and Thorik, you are... In fact, actually, hold that thought. Johann.
Yes.
Johann, you are dragged through the Townmaster's Hall. You see Sildar Hallwinter and the fat, pompous man who you have not yet met, but you assume to be, based off of his regalia, the Townmaster of the Townmaster's Hall and of Phandelver. And Sildar gets to his feet immediately and looks really... it's like muted fury. And he marches over to Albrek and he says, "Now, come on, what is the meaning of this?" And Albrek says, "Now, Sildar, you know that I have been needing to get hold of Sergei for some time, and I'm afraid that this young man has... well, he's gotten in the way of law and order, and so he must be punished." And Hallwinter looks at you, Johann, and he says, "Is this true?"
Johann shrugs.
And Sildar says to Albrek, he said, "Well, I can vouch for this man. He has, in part, saved my life. As have Sergei, and as have the others."
Johann turns and gives him a wry smile.
And Albrek says, "Well, that may be so, but the law is the law, and we can't very well go playing favourites now, can we, Sildar? That is unlawful. In fact, that is corruption, isn't it?"
Johann scoffs.
And Albrek gives you a really stern look, and he says, he turns back to Sildar and says, "You wouldn't want to throw yourself in with corrupt individuals now, would you, Sildar? You are my friend and I respect you, but do not go down a path that will ultimately lead to your damnation." And Sildar kind of puffs his chest out, but begrudgingly backs down a little. And he says, "Well, let's at least treat him with dignity, eh?" And Albrek says, "Well, that would remain to be seen, I suppose. Anything to say, Johann?"
Johann looks at him and goes,
"Good. Come." And he, not physically, but essentially drags you down a flight of stairs with his guards in tow into a basement cellar type place with, you can see, just two small jail cells which he or his guards throw you into. And he says, "Make yourself comfortable, Johann. I fear you may be in here for some time. Good night." And he turns on his heel and heads on up the stairs. And he leaves two guards down there with you. And you hear the door of at the top of the staircase slam as the two guards just watch you adjust to your new cell. So that's it for another exciting episode of Bardic Quest. We hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. Before we go, we just wanted to give a big shout out to James Webster for letting us use his amazing animated artwork as part of the show. If you're a fan, be sure to show your support at patreon.com/JamesRPGArt. And of course, we can't forget the incredible sounds and music provided by Sirenscape. So head over to sirenscape.com to check out their amazing work.